Hello, all you happy people. It's Jason here. I'm your tragically overpowered super designer. Just gonna go through a flyer made here. I'm gonna make this flyer right here. It's a Valentine's Day invitation. This is the back side of it here. I'm gonna make this double-sided flyer today using this image, and this lovely couple. All right, and I'm talking a couple topics to you, as usual. Let's get on with the awesome, the other awesome. All right. So, always going to design an 8.5 by 5.5 because it's compatible and everything. So I had an idea for a flyer. So this might happen to you. Got an idea that I want to get across, a theme, a message even that I want to get across, that I just can't speak it though. You have designers dysphasia, and you know what you want to say, you're just trying to get it out, and it's just not working. So what I've been doing here is, as I did for this couple, marriage is in a bad shape today. Not in a bad shape, but it's just facing some challenges, some big challenges. So just like the couple staring out the precipice at a world burning, and they're about to start their life together, the best thing they can hope for is a crater full of buildings that's being bombarded by meteor showers from space. That's kind of how people go into marriage today. They're either tragically underprepared for the difficulties, or they're just stuck in this romantic funk. They don't know that there's ever going to be any problems. So hopefully this flyer will be a couple, both a warning and give them a hope as well. So this is my original design of these two people sitting looking at this canyon with a city in it, and then big old crater cities being bombarded. It's just a hopeless situation. Then you flip to the back, and the back is them on, sitting on the lake and stuff all together, and it's peaceful and quiet. Conflict resolution. So this part here, I had this idea of the putting the buildings inside the crater, and they're just kind of sitting on this tuft of grass looking at it. But in the end, it really didn't come out. Didn't really pan out. And that's something you got to consider: is be able to and be courageous enough to change what you're doing. Take a different method, use a different angle when you're a designer. And you're a communicator, and you're also a problem solver. So I'm trying to use the level adjustment to get these things to look like they're in the same lighting, but the images themselves are already too different. It's not going to happen. Just give it up, right? Stop it. Okay. So I go away from that then. We're going to do something else here. So I'm going to cut out these rocks. The couple is going to be sitting on the rocks. I'm going to flip the rock image, forget the crater. I'm going to cut them out even more. Cut that grass tuft out and sit them there. And just because of the terrain and what they're sitting on, it looks like that's where they should be. Maybe except for this little thing right here. Maybe I should have done that. And you'll see later on how if I had darkened them with level adjustment and on and so forth, it would have been better because there'd be shadows cast on them. So there's a little trick you can do is either recording in progress, please. It's a loving family coming home there from school. Stuff doesn't work out. You just got to troubleshoot it, get it to work out, make it work out. Make it work. It's not always clean cut and dry. So even here, I just came to the Corel Painter just to put some glow brush on it, and still didn't work out right. Had some problems with files coming across and stuff. Tried all kinds of fancy things, but nothing worked out very well. And see, I just go with a white glow brush, a little haze over their two heads, and it ties the picture together pretty good. That's it. You're just problem solving. That's it. I try all kinds of things, and it just doesn't work. In the end, you got to go with looks good. Might have to scrap the whole idea, but thankfully I didn't have to do that. that's just the trials and tribulations of doing what you do. So, and there you go. Just that little fuzz right there is all it took, and then it looks a little bit better. And old tablet problems, tablet drivers crashing. Here we have doing more readjustments, doing something here. You got to think that way, though. Like I was saying, here's when you really see my designer dysphasia. Is when I got my idea, and I just rewrite it like 4 or 5 times. Having some technical issues there with Corel, but who doesn't? There we go. So I got my theme going, and I had an idea like, hey, you guys need some help, or you're facing some problems in life as a married couple. You need some help. Come get some help. And the idea was help, facing problems, etc. I tried to communicate that, it just never really came across very well. There you go. So I had a way to say it. I just kind of typed, this is what I want to say, so I'm going to type it out. And the title I was given was Marriage and Family Seminar. So we're going to do that. Start off with this thing. Just have some placeholder fonts. This isn't final. Some people have the font already before they start rolling it. Well, God bless you. I wanted to get right into it, so here we go. So I'm just trying to feel things out. That's a good thing about these vector programs as opposed to paper and a pencil. It's that you don't have to erase all the time. You can just grab stuff and move it around in your vector program. So, okay, now it's your marriage and your family. All right, now there's some challenges. We're going to need some help. I'll put a white box here and then fade that, and then I'll have I wanted something to put down on top of the photo so the text would punch out a little bit, but I started messing with it a little more, put it underneath everything, and it looked kind of cool. It's just composition-wise, it's overlapping too much. The text is weird. The idea's coming across, but it's very plain. Okay, I changed the theme again. What lies ahead for your marriage and your family? Now, I have a flyer already that says what lies ahead, and it's just generic. But this is for your marriage and family, so do I keep it this way? Yeah, I'm moving it all over the place, and I'm not, something about it just doesn't look right. Something about it just off. So what would you do? How would you fix this? Lucas?
I don't know.
Okay, all right. So there's another future CEO of some corporation came and come up with a solution. He's my solution guy. Okay, so marriage and family seminars, that's the title of what's going on. I think I'll talk about fonts here for a second, because the whole next part is just me trying to find a good set of fonts for this thing. Now, from thehungryjpeg.com, I bought a bunch of fonts, but they're kind of like cheesy, cutesy designer kind of fonts. But if you're doing Valentine's Day, you can be a little cheesy, a little geeky, and so when I show them to you, you'll see, yeah, it's kind of stuff you would see like on. So you see how these fonts are kind of just really very commercial looking, like if you had a craft store or something, you're trying to sell some things. So, but I try to find the right set of fonts that communicate like classiness, importance, but at the same time, a little bit of fun, a little bit of romance, because these marriage and family seminars can get pretty fun and hilarious sometimes, even though we're dealing with a very important subject. So I ended up choosing one, I think, called Hype Beast and Harbor or something like that. But I test all these fonts out, and then I install the ones that I'm going to use. Okay, any day now. All right. But this is part of the designer process. I'm going to take a drink of a bang. Hold on. Okay, back into swing things. Check this font. Oh yeah, look at that. See, it's fun, but it's classy, and it's like something you'd see on a T-shirt at some designer clothing store. Okay, So the font, nice simple. I got my 2-font rule that I've established for myself. Thanks to Larry Beauregard, Evangelist, he told me about the 2-font rule. So I try to keep to that as much as possible. So here we have big text, made it red, shrunk that thing down a little, back and forth. I'm still not satisfied by the way this looks. Finally, just get sick of it, simplify it. Instead of going like upper left, middle, below that, I do like all across the top, all across the bottom. I ditch the white boxes. And that would look good, that little arrangement with the text and the swishes, but not for this flyer. Maybe on the invitations or something, or the pamphlets they get at the front door if we do those. So there you go. Go with black text, black and white, and take the box. I always do my black fade box on the bottom. I do a white one this time. There you go. The swishes were cool, but I'm not going to need them. I can't find a place for them. In fact, I even changed the title back. And so, this is, you're just watching live troubleshooting. I guess it's not live. The explanation is live. The troubleshooting is recorded. Okay. That ends up being nice and clean compared to what I had before. If you're ever stuck, just go, how am I making this more complicated than it has to be? And then make it simple again. Go back to step one. And
excuse me.
Bless you. We'll go back to step one, and you'll find out that, I bet you if I rewound it, look at the beginning again, that's probably the very first verbiage I laid down is what I ended up doing anyway. Just me laying in the Marriage and Family Seminars title for the thing. All the information text using the same 2 fonts, and I'm going to rearrange it so the whole back of the flyer revolves around the happy couple here sitting at the lake, getting all romantic and stuff. Okay, what else am I doing here? Oh yeah, so I want to know something about the guy who's speaking. So I was trying to have something like, this guy is the boss of the world. This guy knows everything there is to know. What's his qualifications? So this is Pastor King. He's been around in our Tucson congregation for a long time. He's in charge of all the family and ministries and things. So I try to put a little blurb on him there, not too intense. Because people's attention spans are pretty short anyway, so I don't want to have a bunch of text on these things. One of the pitfalls you'll get with pastors and their flyers, they want to have in-depth directions how to get to the building, what the building looks like, how many ministries are available, like nursery and translation and homeless services and I don't know, whatever, elderly services. And keep it simple as possible. I can only tell them this flyer, if I put any more text than I actually did on there, it would have been bad. But word on the hearts here. You don't want to be symmetrical. That's why I tweaked them a little bit. And I like the varying line width. And so I'll kind of Jimmy rig my way about that one. And you can take the solid hearts and put them down to the right size, duplicate it, and then just have a bunch of them, put them where you want to put them. You can select them all, make them one object, and then adjust the opacity together like one big object, and you make them nice and transparent. Then the bigger one, I'm using this arrow to guide the person's eye across the page if we can, and get it to where the point where there you go, like that. So it's kind of cool. It's still a little big, but you use the crop tool, crop everything out there, and it looks sweet. Voila! Off to the presses. All right. So, any questions? No? All right. Well, if you have any comment or whatever, get hold of me. That's that one. It's a good representation of what you like to do with a 2-sided flyer. The front is going to be the conflict. The back side of the flyer, the resolution and information and all that stuff. So, oh yeah, I had some input from my pastor on what to do. I'm going to add some stuff in there. There's going to be a question and answer session. Those can be really funny or really embarrassing. but we're going to do them. Also, sometimes the fonts you pick don't have all the glyphs you need in there, like parentheses, so you have to go with something else. But that's that. After that's all done, it's good. 2 seminars with... I ended up getting rid of the brackets anyway, because you don't need them if you got a whole separate line. There you go. There you go. Afterwards it's gone. Alright, just moving things around, making it look sweet. Sweetness. Completion. Yes. That's how I usually do it. I usually go to full screen mode, take a picture with my cell phone, and there's a conflict. There's a resolution. Alright. Thanks for watching. Click buttons, do what you want to do. Talk to you later. Say bye, Luke.
Bye.